Why, hello, hi, it is I, Small Town Didi, you're Khadi on the internet, and I'm back. She's back, darlings. You guys, I will apologize each time. I am aware that, I like my reviews in a timely fashion, right? It is today. Can I have the review within the next 2 days? But life happens. It happens. But I'm down here. Up on here, the internet, to chat to you all about the Real Housewives of Durban, episode 7. Let's get into it. These girls. Yeah, these girls have a good drama moment. Firstly, Nonku has arranged for a prayer meeting or session with her mother, who is a woman of the cloth, from what I understand. And she's invited Jojo. Jojo brings this accessory man. They said his name enough times for me in the episode to learn that his name is Ruan. I had written in my first note, the accessory guy. The guy who's an accessory, because he wants to be one. Right? Great. They show up to this thing. On the other end, we have Sarisha, who's arranged for is it a Reiki? Do they call it Reiki? Session where they align your chakras or clear them or however, whichever term they use. And she's invited Slee and Maria, as well as, who is this? Annie, her bestie. Already, the fact that we're having two separate, spiritual sessions to clear ourselves and ready ourselves to go on this trip has already let me know that the camps are they're camps. Basically, this is not a solid group. It makes no sense for them not to. They could have done both, right? They could have just met up somewhere. Nonko is more praying. She's a Christian. She could have done her we're South African, right? We went to the one thing about the Rainbow Nation shit that they sold us on is that a lot of us have tolerance for each other's beliefs. Well, except for African practices. I tend to find that a lot of African Christians take a lot of offense with African practices because they're dealing with a lot of internalized stuff that aren't my problem. I find that we can be around each other and make room for this one to do what they need to do, and then they make room for what I need to do next. We see it all the time in state things where we'll have a rabbi there doing whatever it is he needs to do, somebody there doing whatever with the Quran. We just know how to make room for each other's things and not be offended, in most cases I've witnessed. So I didn't understand why they couldn't just make it one thing. I also feel like it's telling that Maria was on the other end and not on this side, because she's introduced to us as Jojo and Ruan's friend. But anyway, we move. At the Reiki, or is it a Reiki? Yes, at the Reiki session, we had, honestly, the Reiki girls looked like they were, I want to be with the Reiki. I want to be over at Sarisha's house for many reasons, okay? Their stuff just makes more sense to me. But also because maybe Sarisha would give me her string at the end of the session if I asked nicely. Hey, so girl. But no, I'm not at her house. I'm in my home, and it's okay. Do send the string. But the praying girls, okay, have some little candles there, and they saying their little prayer to the Lord Jesus. Is cute, whatever. On the other hand, Slee, who's going through her spiritual initiations and everything, is obviously, her frequency is over here. She is very connected to the spiritual realm. So she warns the ladies beforehand, listen, there might be some burping. My spirit might get the energy that I walk with my life, which is this other entity, which is an ancestor of mine, that I travel with at all times, might become agitated when I'm in the same space as somebody who also channels the spiritual world and we are in the same space. It might trigger. I always find this stuff interesting, that we say it all the time, that it seems like we're doing many different things, but we're really doing the same thing. Because how is it that this lady doing her chakra Reiki stuff is opening, because it's the same fucking realm. It's the same space, guys, with different doors and different keys, but you're all trying to unlock the same thing. It's so fascinating to me. It really is. And she burps a lot, when it happens and stuff, really loud burps and stuff. So she warns them ahead of time. This lady arrives and Sarisha's like, I'm hoping it will do for them what it's done for me. And she does her Reiki stuff, and obviously Thinga is, she's feeling it. She's like, you know what, this lady is triggering some stuff with the stuff that she's doing, but nothing crazy happens. She just tells Annie something that resonates with her. She also lets Maria know that, you know what, you're still somewhat cocooned in your head, even though you've come into yourself and you have all these things and what have you. It's almost like you have imposter syndrome, like you can't really believe you've arrived, or that you even, oh, Maria says it's because she wonders, like, do I deserve these things, you know? And I suppose that's normal when you find yourself like marrying into these positions. Okay, great, because that's what I feel like she's saying. RD is actually at Nonko's house, so I'm wondering if he lives there now. RD's at Nonko's house. She calls them when they start the prayer, they pray. Great. And then we have the ladies like en route to the Drakensberg, which is a trip that Jojo has put together. You would not know, okay? Jojo's riding with Ruan. Maria is riding with Sanea, whom she keeps calling her mate, but they're not friends. And then Sarisha, like, drive for who? Sarisha is chopped up, honey, with her bestie Annie, and they have Slee tagging along. Nonko arrives later on in the trip, so she's not in the scene. And in the scene, we also learned that Mbali has not been engaging with the group. So I don't know what's going on, and I'm very shocked that they've kept her in the opening credits and she's on all the posters and stuff. This woman is barely here. She was getting lost in group scenes. Now she's not here altogether and nobody can like locate her. I feel like Saner, as vile as she fucking is, would have done a better job being on having a tagline in the intro. But anyway, we move. Sarisha lands with, Jojo and Ruan arrive first, and they've like complimentary welcome drinks, and they show them to their rooms and stuff. They get there, they get on the balcony, and they see the chopper land. Jojo is jelly. She's green and jelly as fuck. Last season was her first season, and Sarisha makes mention of this. And she got to fly in with Sarisha for a trip that Londi had put together. She found nothing the matter with it. As they land, she says to her, I should have looked into how much it would have been to fly in, you know? Like, girl, it's not like you can't tell me you didn't think of that. You thought of it and it was probably not working out with the budgets. Just calm down. You're having this huge extension on your home. This was not a priority. You're just jelly because you saw the other girls landing and you're like, interesting, they rode with Slee, like they flew in with Slee. Yeah, girl, the same way they flew in with you last season. Whatever. And then they get to reception. Jojo doesn't come down to welcome her guests. Does not come down to see them to their rooms to say, welcome to the Drakensberg, this, that, and the other. They must see their way through. They have the guy at reception help them. And the guy assumes rather, because, okay, you're a black woman, you're an Indian woman, you are a colored presenting woman. I think she's got all manner of mixed things going on. Annie, I can't remember, but she's colored presenting to us as South Africans. So I might guess your names and I might get it right. Like, you're definitely Annie and Sarisha is definitely the Indian lady, and I'm going to assume you're Sane because you're the black lady. No, I'm Slindile. Okay, that's my crush. Don't get her name wrong. She's Slee. Okay. And this is where they learned that, she's actually gone and invited Sane to the trip, because at the last episode when they were having the whole thing with Maria at a gathering, and then Sane arrived, the ladies left. Sarisha and Annie left, and when they were leaving, they were like, Jojo ran after them to invite them to the trip, and they're like, we'll make it on the trip. Annie said, provided Sane isn't coming. So they now learn, okay, she did end up inviting her in our absence, and it's her trip to do with what she wants, so it's really whatever. Sarisha lands. Maria and Sane finally arrive. Jojo doesn't see to them either. They must see their way to their room themselves. They get their room keys and stuff. And then we have Jojo calling Annie to come up to her room. I don't know what in the hell kind of hosting is this. But anyway, she goes to her room, and then Annie walks in there and she's like, it smells like liquor in here. Have you been drinking? There's an ice bucket there with a closed bottle, and there's an empty glass and a 4-1. I don't see the 4-1 in frame, but they say it's there. And then she's like, oh, it smells like alcohol in here. Have you been drinking? She knows Annie's back drinking and stuff. I didn't really take it as anything because I'm like, the room probably does smell like alcohol. If you have an open flute of champagne, the aroma is gonna fill the room. And if you've been enclosed all that while and I open it, a whiff of liquor, like, or the smell of it is gonna like hit my face. Like, am I meant to act like that's not what's happening? That's weird as fuck. But anyway, she mentions and she's like, no, it's actually not. She's going out of her way to explain whether or not she's drinking. But anyway, I don't know why she had stopped drinking in the first place. I can't recall. So maybe she has reason to be so on edge about being accused of drinking. It's an accusation, apparently. And then Annie arrives, and then Annie's like, I have something to tell you. And Annie says it for her. Oh, you invited Sane. She's like, oh, you know. She's like, yeah, I know. We found out at reception and I asked them to actually change her room so that she's not so close to me. And they swapped out her room with Sleaze. If you were the host, it's like if you were at reception for this, you could have handled that. It's like, are you okay with people moving rooms around now? What if you had your reasons for assigning? I doubt you assigned them. I think you just you let them do anything. You're no host. You're no host, Joe. I adore you and everything, but you're no host. They meet up for dinner. Everybody arrives at dinner. Jojo gives everybody their gifts and stuff, and it's cute and everything. But it's orcs. Everybody's doing air kisses and mwah, mwah, mwah. Annie's the last to go down for dinner, and she gets there. She's like, oh, I'm not going to do the air kissing thing. And in her confessional, she's like, well, I was going to have to skip Sane, so I decided to opt out the entire thing altogether. And besides, we're not in France, we're in South Africa. I don't know what this fake air kissing shit is. Anyway, girls, to each their own. If the ladies want to be mwah, 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 that's what they want to do, all in South Africa, okay? But I understand it though. I get why she didn't want to participate, because that's just going out of your way to be rude. It's established. I don't fuck with you. Like, I don't smack for your shit. Like, I don't need to re-establish shit. You know I don't mess with you. They sit down. It's awkward as fuck, guys. People are just eating and it's quiet, dead still. I don't know why Annie didn't have dinner games for them to play, some charades, or I don't know, something interesting for them to do. Like, they just quiet. The food seems delicious. Everybody's like digging into their plates, so at least there's that going. But otherwise, it's so very awkward. And then it's morning, and we have Jojo catching up with her husband, and he lets her know that he's been a little bit, thinking about a little bit, then he wants to hook up. He wants to arrange rather for a boxing or a fight night with the guys. And she's like, well, as long as you're not going to be fighting, because we had a health scare with Calvin last year. Was it a matter with his heart or something of that nature? But we did have a health scare with him, and Jojo seemed rather scared. So she's like, as long as he's not back, in rings doing shit like that, then it's fine. When he says the guys, I'm not sure if he's referring to the guys from the cast, like Viv and Skara, since Skara is in the mix. Lee doesn't have anybody she's partnered with on the show. The surgeon, Maria's husband, whom we saw once. One time. And one time only. Okay. She's in the opening credits, so I think she's a full-time housewife. She's not a friend of the show. And she's not sharing much about her life, really. We got that one fucking boring skating scene with her son that nobody gives a shit about. Great. Great. The ladies head back down. Oh, yeah, that's it. Then we have Maria walking down to the pool. You'll never catch Maria in no fucking flats. You have it fucked up. She will be in something with an inch on it, okay? Or 6. She heads down to the pool, and then the ladies all come down. Sarisha is in a crocheted set. Annie looks cute. Everybody is looking cute. Annie gets down there sort of slee, and they're all chilling and stuff. Ruan walks past in a nice set that he's wearing. He says hi to the ladies, but then he walks right past them. So I don't know, guys. Ruan walks right past. Sane also comes and just says hi to the ladies and goes straight to Ruan. So again, the camps, right? And then with Jojo coming down, and she's like, oh, Maria's supposed to be my friend, but every time I turn around, she's sitting with Sarisha and Annie and stuff. Baby girl with the tats. if you were any kind of host, those girls would have known what to do. To Sarisha's point, when Annie gets to the first group of people, which is Sarisha, then Sarisha's like, oh, I thought you were supposed to be our host. You have nothing planned for the morning. You don't have these ladies going for a golfing thing. And then we usually do split the groups because when the group is large, you don't get enough footage also, right? They usually split them, but not in like, these friends go this way. It's your trip. Just say, Sane, I want you to go do this with Slee, and I think you guys would enjoy it, right? Have these girls go golfing, have these girls go for a massage. You've planned nothing. And then she says, no, it's a holiday. I just thought everybody could do that. No, girl. You're hosting people. Host. She leaves her guests there. She doesn't say to Ruan and Sane that are sitting further along, hello, Cooey, come here. We're all gonna be chilling here together. She just chooses to sow more division as the host, and she walks on ahead after to go chill with Ruan and Sane. And then Maria obviously feels like, okay, fine, let me go over there. They're supposed to be my friends, but I really want to be with the Riki girls. Our chakras are aligned. Ooh, but she can't do that. Like, she has to go with the girls with the candles, like praying. She goes over there. She's chilling with the girls now, and then a chopper. Okay, fine. It's landing. It's Nonko. They're running to her, to which Maria then goes back to Sarisha them. I don't blame her. Again, she wasn't even invited to the prayer thing. So why would she be running after Nonko? They're running after it's Baywatch time, and they're running after Nonko. So, oh my Nonks, I'm so happy to see you. I don't know why it's happening, but it's happening. It's orcs. What is this? So then the ladies leave, like Slee, Maria, and everybody head back to their rooms respectively, or at least they say, we don't actually see where they head back, because they feel like Slee's like, you know what, we're not all ecstatic, we're not receiving her with the same energy, so best we aren't here at all, and she wouldn't have to experience us not receive her with the same excitement and warmth, so they head back to their rooms, and yeah, the ladies head down to the pool, move over to Jojo. Maria goes, Sarisha, see Annie. They move, yeah. Yeah, and then we have the host not asking the other ladies, hey, where have y'all gone? Can we go down to the indoor pool? No, she just goes with Ruan and Barkemang and Nonko. And what's her name in the scene? I don't recall. But she doesn't even call her so-called friend Maria, whom she keeps saying Maria's like, moving towards the Sarisha side of life. She's not even calling her down for this, right? She doesn't call her down for this, but anyway. They're sitting in the pool, they're chilling, and then she starts telling Nonko, you know what? Oh, Nonko's sipping on her cocktail, her mocktail rather. Then Jojo's like, oh, it doesn't have alcohol, it's a mango and what. Everybody's been accusing me of like being an alcoholic. Nobody even used that fucking term with her, but she's running with it, right? Everybody's accusing me of being this, Annie walked into the room and she said, it smells like alcohol in here, and I never drink by myself. Ruan, the backup singer, she never drinks by herself. And I never do. Ruan, the backup singer, yeah, she never does that. Okay, we see you doing your job, girl. Hey, girl, hey. And then they have their little chat, and she explains that they keep referring to a racial comment that they're saying they think Sane made. When they were sitting out, Ruan and Sane earlier, Ruan asked, hey, apparently you made a racially charged remark at Annie. And Sane says she doesn't remember doing anything of that nature. Why are they not rolling the footages, in the words of, what's her name? Whoever said footages. What is her name? Stevie, the girl who says Steve. Jocelyn. Why aren't they rolling the footages? Where are the footages to show us that this happened? That said, I'm inclined to believe Annie, even though Annie misheard what Nonko's mom had said last season, and she apologized for that. So there's precedent here to say Annie tends to overhear things. Not tends to, it was the one incident. But then, okay. Then again, Sane said Annie slept her way to the top, and then Jojo brought it up and the lady flat out denied it. So there's also precedent for us to feel like Sane be lying. So I don't know what's happening here, right? I have no idea who mumbled what under their breath, but somebody said something, or somebody said something and somebody else heard something. But where the footage is? Everybody's mic was hot. You were all mic'd up in that scene. There's no fucking way that the footage is on there. I'm sorry. Okay, production, do your fucking job. Anyway, they were asked about this, and then Nonko's like, oh my god, my darling, whoever's your enemy is my enemy, ruin. Back up. That is so sweet. Also code for you're stupid. Because why are you inheriting beefs? Why? You are, by the way, Nonko's confessional look, love it. I feel like it's not even a feeling. She did it in pink and she's doing it in white. And I don't blame her. If the fit works on you and you look mwah, do it in a different color. I'm the ultimate. I love this dress in beige. I'm getting it in black. She looks fabulous. Fabulous. Love it. I wish Maria would change her confessional look, because I keep thinking we're going to have a Janet Jackson moment, like a little slip up. Don't let a Justin in the room, honey. But anyway, the ladies go to dinner at some other place. They look so cute. Nonko and Jojo look cute, and Nonko's wearing those like bow Jimmy Choos that everybody loves. I think Hailey Bieber got married in a pair of these actually. And they walk down, it's like down a slope. I can't tell if they're holding on to each other because they're going down a slope and on grass, so obviously your heels dig in, or if it's because Ononko's tipsy. I don't even know which one it is, I'm not gonna lie. But they look cute. They get to the table and then the ladies all trickle in. Everybody trickles in bit by bit. Everybody's looking cute. I don't know why Maria's dress is a train, but it does. They arrive. Jojo Nonko looks good. Nonko is tipsy. when Slee arrives, she's like, yo, I feel like the sisters is already tipsy. So they could probably also smell the alcohol on her. She gets to talking Nonko. She's such an obvious drunk. Not like a drunkard, like an alcoholic, because I'm not diagnosing people. But when she's had a few, she's an obvious I've had a few. You know, she gets she slurs her words a bit. She already can't find her words easily, because my girl has a difficult time articulating herself in any language. It's not even an English thing. Like Zulu, girl, just it takes a while for her to find her bearings. I'm sorry. I don't know why y'all are fans of her. Really, it's so confusing to me. She's not so bright. But anyway, people are saying, at the dinner table, Jojo Nonko look good. Nonko is tipsy. Slee makes mention of this. Okay, Nonko, just go. I can't do that. Everybody else can do it. I'm gonna learn how to, since I'm on the internet telling stories. Fuck it. But people can do this also lie. They like to they like to add spice. Once they do this, the first lie is the click. You know that. So it's probably good that I don't know how. Great. Starts with Sarisha. Also, who did you fly in with? And then we learned that Sarisha's like, you were my first option. I don't know why. I don't know why Nonko is ever on your list, Sarisha. You trying to keep the peace and be a people pleaser. You don't like her. Like, you find her very, very draining. What is the word you use? Laborious. That's the word you used when you spoke about Slee trying to like make a friendship work with Nonko and trying to form a friendship with Jojo. That's how you feel about Nonko as well. It's like you saw her as this wounded bird the last couple of seasons, but now you just actually see her for the annoying, like, non-developed kind of person she is, and it's like taxing on your energy. So I don't know why she was ever an option. And you're like, no, you were my first option. And then Nonko keeps trying to be like, oh, so Slee was a substitute. And Slee's like, yes, she let me know that you were like, I think she wanted Slee to be bothered by that, but Slee doesn't seem to be. I wouldn't be pressed about it either. I'm new to this group. I don't know these ladies. The fact that somebody else was preferred, like, and then I was considered second would just not press me, because again, I am new to the group. It makes sense for you to want to ride with a person whom you have an established relationship with. You have chats with them. You know them already. but I feel like she's looking for a reaction from Slee, and then she's drunk, she's slurring her words, and she keeps telling her to, yeah, you just shut up. She's telling Slee to shut up, now literally using JoJo's kind of language. JoJo, ever the gracious host, my girl, sitting at the end of the table, just letting her little chihuahua go off for her, doing nothing to calm the waters, doing nothing to quell shit, just sitting there, letting it happen, the host. Not trying to be like, okay guys, I was thinking maybe we should play this game. Okay, that's enough now. Nonko is doing nothing to shut her free. JoJo, our host, I think this is why Sarisha finally said, JoJo, is it coming from you? Because it's almost like she put things in her head. It's like Dumb and Dumber. It really is. But like one is dumber. Oksalayo. So the one that's just like a bit of a ditz can influence like the ditzier one to like be the little like attack dog, which is what Nonko seems to be in the scene. Hilarious to me, because last season the words that Nonko is exchanging with Slee were the words that she was exchanging with JoJo. We see that in the flashback scene, right? Why are you bothered? This is JoJo last scene. Why are you so bothered that her husband chartered a flight for us, or chartered a chopper for us, and we got to fly in, and you, those exact words are the, and then she said, oh, I'm not even bothered. She had said this to JoJo and Ruan. I'm not even bothered that they flew in. I'm doing a $10 million, a 10 million build on my home. I don't even, this is how you know it's that new money shit. She keeps having to try give us figures. Like even when we're in ask for them, she keeps trying to give us these numbers. Don't let SARS hear you, girl. I mean, we hear you, but they're also listening. Don't be that girl. Okay? Giving us figures and stuff. Okay? And then she says, I called Bube and like, yeah, he is getting, Nonko and I flying back together, right? Because she's so jelly, they must fly back together. Nonko had landed with Skara, her man, and he flew back and stuff. I don't know, their chopper looked less cute, the Sarisha's one. I don't mean to be this person. Okay, I am. It's fine. I'm like this. It's okay. And then, yeah, okay, fine. So that's done. She's in attack mode. She's in instigator mode, Nonko. Nonko now says, okay, what also was said? What racist thing did you say Sane said? It's like she's not letting shit go. What racist thing did you say? Let me get to my notes here. Jojo Nonko look good. Nonko wants to know why Sarisha didn't fly in with whatever. Oh my god, Ruan, guys, Ruan got caught in the crossfire, but that's such a gain for being like the backup. Ruan is in the middle of the ladies at the table, right? So when Sarisha's saying something, he's looking Sarisha's way. And then Renato's saying something, so obviously his head is bobbing, and it's annoying Sarisha. And Sarisha goes, who are you agreeing with? Because you keep nodding. And he's like, again for being an accessory. You will be an accessory to these murders too, okay? I can't do it. And he's like, no, it's just, I'm looking back. Listen, okay, but we know you're Nonko's side, because, you know, whatever. Riam gets caught in the head. Nonko says, with Sarisha, oh yeah, Nonko then says to Sarisha, I feel like we need to have a one-on-one and talk some things through, because there's definitely some things here that we need to talk over. Maria figures herself inside the situation, Pagati, boom, says, no, I feel like since I've been part of this group, nothing gets said in group settings, and then it becomes she said and things get lost in translation. Drunk Nonko or tipsy Nonko, whatever it is going on with her, but she's slurring her words. You shut up, and everybody just laughs now because they realize that she's so far gone. Shut up is her word, like her words of the day. She's telling everybody to do that. They just laugh at her. She laughs with, but they're laughing at you, not with you. Learn the difference, Nonko. It's such a regression in the scene for me. She's been doing well, especially with the drinking stuff, eh? Kind of sad, really is. Nonko brings up the Sane thing. A lot happened in scene, guys. Stay with me. Nonko then brings up, why did you invite to Maria? Why had you invited Sane to the gathering anyway in the first place? Maria says, no, I wanted her to come and clear the things people were reading about in these articles, that she's this and that and the other and what have you. And then I think it's, I don't know, I think it's Nonku says something about giving her a second chance. And Annie's like, no, but do you know this woman? Do you know her? And then they ask Annie, what is the racist remark that you said she made? And Annie says, when I was standing up to talk to you, when you had asked me to come and speak to you at Sarisha's event, I accidentally tripped over her and I apologized, and I heard her mumble under her breath, is it a colored from Cape Town? The colored from Cape Town, that's what she said. I understand, like, the words in themselves aren't racist, right? Context might make it that. And in this context, I understand if they were said, why she's receiving it like that, right? But otherwise, so I'm just saying, no, she's colored and she's from Cape Town, then that's that. But we're not gonna act like we don't understand that in a charged scene, when somebody says this, what are they inferring just by saying this? We're not gonna do that. So if this was said, it was kind of fucked up, but like obviously Sane denies it. Sane denies everything, right? She throws and hides her hands. That's her new trick. She denies the entire thing, and then she also says, you know what? And you keep like you seem to have issues about me sleeping with my husband. Now, Annie, I'm gonna do this one time and one time only. We've known you since season 1. Your persona online. You told us, right, that you met your husband in this. I could be wrong. I didn't go back to watch it. But you were a dancer at one of these nightclubs, like a hype girl, a go-go dancer. I think, in fact, in one of the episodes of the first season, when Nonk was still pretending to be a woman of the cloth and saying she's never gone clubbing, they had a scene in the club. I can't remember if it was for Annie's bridal shower or what it was for, but she got on one of the cages and she's like, no, I used to do this or whatever. She met her man in that scene, okay? She's got that aesthetic that we all know black men would like kill their mothers for, lay down their lives, do anything to find themselves with a colored woman. We know this about them, right? And then once they marry her, they start saying that their kids are Zulu or something, or start saying that they, like we saw with Annie last season, she was trying to learn Zulu because the culture was important to her husband. If it was that important, he would have fucking married a Zulu woman. But it wasn't. Being with you was more important to him. And he I'm not even saying you guys aren't in love. But Sane is not actually saying anything that I'm not understanding. So Annie's consistent, you have a problem with me sleeping with my husband. When Sane said that you slept your way to the top, you were at the very bottom of the food chain in that club. You were a dancer. He is the boss up there, okay? I don't know about sleeping your way there. Maybe you fell in love with the boss. Maybe the boss fell in love with you. Very convenient, I would say. And then now, through marriage, you've elevated an economic class, and nobody should ever stop and look around and be like, how did the ascension happen, right? It doesn't serve anything. I don't think I want to bring it up, because when I see you and your husband, you guys really seem to have the hots for each other, so it feels real. But it doesn't change the fact that the structure of the nightclub would have it be that he's here, you're at the bottom starting out, and you got with him, and you're now here and outside of dancing in the cage. I really don't care about how anybody's gonna feel about this, but we cannot continue to act like that's not what happened. It's like, when a beautiful woman gets with a well-off guy and she's like economically in a worse off position before partnering him, people want to engage in this bullshit where we're not supposed to talk about how she got out of that situation by getting with dude. And it's not to say that she wouldn't have gotten out of it through any other means, but it's to say she got out of it through these particular means. Why are we acting? Why is she acting? Sane doesn't have an issue with you sleeping with your husband. Sane is just saying, you were the girl dancing in the club with the aesthetic that you have, and your husband took a liking, and now he's your husband. Okay. And last season, something about cheating was brought up, and Annie just shriveled, and she doesn't want to talk about it. It feels like there is some issues of her husband being a wandering person, allegedly, to which Sane alludes to in her confessional. We're not gonna do this shit. We're not. Then she then says to Sane, come talk to me when you have better hair. As a colored woman, shut up. Shut up. I said this with the Nairobi girls. Lisa was saying some shit about Mine's hair. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I don't care if you're talking about her wig being synthetic. I don't care if you're referring to her Kaffir coils. You shut the fuck up. Do you understand? That's racially charged for me. If her whispering colored from Cape Town, you refer, because Sane has 4C hair like me, right? And she wears wigs and stuff on top of it. I don't know which one she was referring to, but either way, it's shut the fuck up. Do you understand? Because we're constantly being put down as real, actual black women, which is what Sane and I are, constantly being put down to elevate women who look like you, right? And one of the things they like to reach for is the texture of our hair, how our hair doesn't grow long, how it's not loose and doing this, right? Our hair isn't cute, it's not sexy, it's not sexualized. So if you're gonna come for us, you must find something else, because you now have me fucked up in a position where I need to defend a vile person like Sane. You can read, girl. This was cheap. This was so low. You could have said anything about Sane. There's plenty about her character to come for, and you went for her hair. That's telling. It's so telling. In season 1 or whatever the fuck, you were all crying, you and Sarisha, saying that the Zulu girls are excluding you guys, or are you guys not African enough? Do you really want to have the chat? Because you might not like my answer. Bye.